The whole window's gone.
But it hasn't all been so bad. We've enjoyed lots of French culture, loads of experiences, the French coastline and even city events. Oh yeah, but there was that whole breaking of the arm thing.
Hi, I'm Daz and she's B, and we're on a 12-week road trip round France with our boys and our greyhound Sammy. Join us as we explore the history, beauty and fun we can squeeze in while getting to grips with the challenges of working and home educating on the road as a family in France, living a life less ordinary as we escape in the motorhome.
Bonjour mes amis! In this video you join us just over halfway down the west coast of France, south of Bordeaux. With a toilet fit to burst, we headed for the nearest motorhome waste stop, located on this motorway service station. However, a 3-metre high barrier forced us into the outside lane, blocking us from the services and trapping us in the lorry park, with our only options being drive in a circle or exit.
So, little quick video to camera. I'm here with a rather hot Sammy. B has shot off that way to try and find out whether we can get closer to the free camping car services that are supposedly here. Unfortunately, there was a 3-metre high barrier as we came in, so I took the only other option. That's driven me straight round to the lorry park, which is absolutely no good. Right, I've got a truck behind me. Better go round again. And I get stared at by every driver here. I obviously don't look like a lorry driver or have a lorry, so I stand out like a sore thumb. And a few more people staring at me. Hopefully B will be back by the time I get back with a solution. Otherwise we've left Bordeaux about 40 minutes ago and it's 20 to 10 and we're on our way to the west coast. Okay, so this is definitely our signing off of tonight. B's very kindly ran around the whole service station and worked out a path for me to come back round to this service point here, which is all free water, free black waste, free grey waste, excellent stuff. There's only one guy in the queue and he's behind me over there. But it's now nearly 10 o'clock and to get here we had to drive the wrong way up the road, just over in the background there, cycle through the petrol station and back down to here. Hopefully we can still get out because we're quite tall. So I'm a bit worried about some of the 2-metre high barriers and 3-metre high barriers I've seen. Anyway, that's it. We've decided we're not going to sleep here tonight next to the motorway. We're going to drive 28 minutes down the road and there's a free camping car placement outside a big supermarket. So tomorrow morning we can wake up and buy loads of fresh fruit and orange juice and everything else, baguettes and the like, and then head off to the beach maybe for the weekend.
After our luxurious car park stay next to this busy 24-hour station and even busier town road, we were at least blessed with another beautiful day of sunshine.
So Saturday morning, south of Bordeaux, it's chore day. The kids are doing their much loved screens and Daddy and I are doing washing. We've walked the dog. We're going to do some editing. But hang on, what's going on here? What disaster are you dealing with?
Somewhere along the route, this thing decided to flip open and empty itself over the bottom of the fridge.
Oh no, that's not tomato sauce, that's my pizza sauce, and I was the last one to use that, so I'm not blaming the children. I'll blame myself for that one. Just wondering when we're actually going to be able to slow down. We were really looking forward to, whilst we were in France, taking our time, going to some cutesy villages, maybe staying 2 or 3 nights, chilling out, enjoying the vibe. But so far it's been bang, 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 destination, destination, destination. And we end up getting to these places at 3 o'clock at night, and then the kids are awake until 3 o'clock at night, and then everyone gets up far too late. We're thinking now we've done the Tour de France. Well, we haven't actually taken part in it, that would be crazy.
Yeah,
we've done the Tour de France.
Take that off.
It was easy. We're going to slow down. We have to slow down. We've been trying to call the hospital about our 13-year-old's arm to see if we can get him seen at a different hospital. The more and more I think about it, the more and more I think it's going to be fine. That will be absolutely fine. They're literally going to x-ray him and hopefully take the cast off. I think about people that break their limbs abroad. They have to go back home to get seen to. So it's not like I'm asking the world. I'm just asking to go somewhere else. But for some reason I'm feeling like a naughty schoolgirl when I'm asking. I mean, the motorhome, it's a multi-use space. What can I say?
So while these guys had fun inside, I headed out.
So chores for the weekend also include repairing our broken window, repairing this seat belt which came out of its recoil, temporary fix, no longer safe, and try and get this thing working so we can have a warm shower. Well, this is a tiny kick in the teeth after last night's efforts to get to a free waste station. Turns out there's one here. Just didn't say that in the reviews. Okay, so it's not free, but it would have cut out a lot of time last night, and maybe we wouldn't have all gone to bed after 11 p.m.
But no man can work on an empty stomach, so it was time for Daz and the kids to pop into the supermarket, where they discovered this excellent industrial crepe maker. I mean, I want one of these at home. It's fantastic. So on to get breakfast before we start all those chores. Oh no, hang on to the toy shop so we can spend those euros. So back to the motorhome where the real workers are, and look here, it's Sammy enjoying his therapeutic teeth brushing session. Look how much he loves that. And there's a lizard under the washing machine.
Oh, you've created an extra little viewing window. That's really nice. What happened last night, Daz, when we were driving along another motorway? We were slightly concerned with the sound.
To be honest, every time we set off, what's that called?
Oh, sorry. Just gaslighting you, darling.
Oh, the ambulance is here. Right.
Yeah. Quick, fall off the ladder.
In there. To be honest, every time we set off, it's with a certain amount of anxiety for the first bump or crash that happens for something we didn't secure. And last night,
it was the bathroom window. Which was open quite wide.
And the shower.
And the shower divider wasn't secured. Sorry, excuse the sunglasses, but it is very sunny here, but everyone's hating the weather because it's just really, really hot. Yeah, so I went into the bathroom whilst we're travelling along the motorway about 60 miles per hour and was greeted with a scene. I felt like I was on an aircraft and somebody had opened the emergency exit. Everything was blowing around. I sat on the toilet and just braced myself, held the toilet. Oh, that sounds a bit dodgy. Sat on the toilet and braced myself. Yeah, and then held onto the window, hoping to dear God that the window would not fly off and then perhaps hit somebody else on the motorway. But thankfully, Daz pulled off very quickly. We secured everything and off we went. But we did merrily go along for about 15 minutes going, sounds really bangy in the toilet. Oh, I think it's the shower. It's really bangy though. Honestly, the pair of us. Laurel and Hardy, I don't know. I'm sure there are more brain cells that we can share amongst us, but they are gradually depleting with lack of sleep and comfort. It's hard to explain when you're in an industrial park like this, but we're really having the best day ever. I don't know whether it's because we're not doing anything, I don't know whether it's because I'm getting all the washing done, the kids are all happy, they're doing their screens, apart from the fact that it's super hot. Sammy's bedding's all being washed. We're just being slow, and I think that's what I used to love about my Saturdays at home in England, is that we'd always... Thank you. Hi there. Sorry, your quiff was just... It's that giant hairstyle of yours. Quick. So there you go. I've got to give at least 5 centimetres for the quiff. There we go. But yeah, I can't explain it. I used to love my Saturdays at home because they were really, really slow. I'd be gently doing chores, gently doing a little bit of stuff with the children, getting the house sorted, and knowing that there was no home ed really to do. And that's how I'm feeling this morning. It just feels very relaxed. So sometimes it doesn't matter whether you're by a beautiful location or whether you're in an industrial park. It's all about state of mind.
So I popped over to the supermarket just now and to be honest, had 10 minutes of bliss just shopping for some cereal and some jus d'orange.
Jus d'orange?
Jus d'orange.
I don't know, I think it's that. Yeah. So on this beautiful Saturday morning you find me at the lavery again, doing about 30 euros worth of washing and drying. Even though it's super hot, we've got nowhere to hang anything, so we do have to use the dryer sadly. Now I realised when I was putting all the darks and lights on this morning and the sleeping bags and everything else that's got covered in sweat over the last 3 weeks, grim, I realised that Daz had gone off to the supermarket and he got his only pair of shorts on. And I said, oh, you need to get those washed. However, I've decided, because Sammy's bed is a little bit stinky, I've decided that we're going to do that and his picnic blanket as well. So Daz's shorts are going in with that. He's not very impressed. He's as if they still smell of dog when they come out. he's going to put them in a hand wash. But they'll come out smelling like roses, I'm sure. Whew. Excuse the appearance, it's super hot as we do our laundry day, and I just thought I'd show you the chaos of the motorhome this morning, or this afternoon as it is now, because we've really had like a multi-use games area and leisure area today, and I thought it would make you laugh to see what chaos we have to go through. So that is our mattress topper you can see up there. It's not a giant alien life form that's climbing out of the bunk. I've washed the cover this morning so it's a little bit cleaner and fresher. So that's where we have to bung our ladder and all of our bedding out of the way in the morning so that we've got some living space. Down here, as well as drying some of the things that haven't dried in the dryers this morning, we've got an Xbox and an Oculus. So that is where Indy was, so I haven't gone with them today because I've got to sort out this cable chaos. They've managed to escape without clearing it up. Now Sammy is delighted because he's now got this lovely area down here. Now don't be alarmed, he doesn't normally sleep on just on the floor on the dog bed or the vet bed, but his bed has been washed this morning, so he's having a nice fresh bed once it's all dried out. But actually, because of the weather, it's really important to keep him cool, so he's got his water on standby, and actually that's probably the coolest place. Now above him there are 3 vents, and we've got all the windows open, so we're letting in some fresh air. Now, it might seem bizarre not to have all our windows open, but actually we're keeping them closed to keep out the sun, so we are able to sort of move these blinds as the day proceeds to make sure that we are keeping the sun off the vehicle as much as we can. And I can feel a lovely breeze coming in through here. You can tell we're on the Atlantic coast because it's lovely and breezy outside. It's the perfect weather to be drying clothes. So I'm going to show you outside of the vehicle now, because this is why I can't go and join them on the shopping trip right now. Here we go, Daz's infamous one pair of shorts. Finally managed to get them in the washing machine. I'm not quite sure what he's wearing now, probably his swimmers. And then we've got Sammy's dog bed drying over here on one wing mirror. And then we've got the middle of the dog bed drying on the bonnet. And then we've got his picnic blanket, which he likes to lie out on at night time, drying here. Looks like my next set of drying is done now, so I better go and deal with that. So now it's tea time on Saturday. It's my turn to go into the shops now and pick up something for tea and generally have a little bit of time for myself. And we've just done almost a full day in the car park on a Saturday near a supermarket. And what's the end verdict? Well, it's one of my favourite days I've had so far whilst we've been away. And I'm not even joking, despite the smug smirk on my face. Actually, it has been really nice. It's a bit of time to do your chores, time to do a little bit of editing, disinfect the toilet, just generally chill out. And it's something we haven't been able to do much of, believe it or not, since we've been away for about 3 and a bit weeks. So today we're going to end the day with climbing Europe's biggest sand dune, because of course it wouldn't be us if we didn't try and do something stupid at some point in the course of the day. Well, I'm not much good at retail therapy, but I managed to get a couple of things that needed replacing in terms of clothing for our children, and I've just been inside the supermarket and some more interesting observations. I was in E. Leclerc and I noticed that they were really catching on to veganism there. There was a whole range, a bigger range than you'd see in a UK supermarket, of soya and other plant-based yogurts. And I also saw, which was really impressive, an excellent range of vegan cheese, all priced much more competitively than they would be in the UK. For instance, my round of Nourish cheese, which is supposed to taste like brie, and it's not bad actually, will probably be in excess of £5 in the UK. It's only about €2 something here, which pleased me hugely. Another little observation, sanitary products are a lot cheaper in France. You can't buy paracetamol in the supermarket, you have to go for a pharmacy for that, but you can buy melatonin and some very other interesting things in that department. We finally left the supermarket. It took us until the middle of the evening. We're in a recommended place called Arcachon, or is it Arcachon, or is it Arcachon? Oh, bless me, I don't know. I sound like I'm sneezing when I say it. Hopefully we'll hear a local say it and then we'll get it right. Very lovely here. Arcachon.
At just over €1 million for an 8-room house, you could sense this was a popular place.
Chocolat noir.
What looked alien-like at first turned out to be yet another viewing platform. These are popular all over France.
So we've just finished in Arcachon for the evening. It's very late. Daz and I have made a promise to ourselves to keep an eye on the time a little bit more, because we keep doing things far too late, making dinner far too late, going out far too late, and then we're out with the children until 10 o'clock at night. It's not going to be a habit that continues, otherwise we are going to suffer. So we were really impressed with Arcachon. It was a really pretty town. It took a while for us to kind of warm to it because it felt like any other beachside town to begin with, but then we started to take note of the architecture and see these kind of alpine cottages and more alpine trees around us, and we liked the kind of rolling hilly aspect to it as well. When we got down to the beach, it felt very, Daz said it sort of felt a bit Costa Blanca, a bit Spanish, beautiful white powdery sand and a very calm ocean, understandably because of the way that it is protected. So all in all, I'm glad we visited. It was certainly really interesting in terms of architecture and looking at all the different buildings, and we also liked the different water fountains that we saw. Sammy had a lovely walk and met lots of other dogs, so successful visit. Oh, we love the roundabouts here, but that is potentially the best roundabout we've come across. By day she looks like an amazing sculpture, by night she is a light show. And Daz is even spinning around the roundabout to experience the full show. I mean, I'm getting Medusa vibes now, but I love her. So that was a bit disappointing. We just pulled up to a camping car air right by the lake, having driven to Arcachon. What time is it, babe?
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock, and of course it's full. It was full of people all sat outside, enjoying the cool air, chilling out in their hammocks and not scrabbling around trying to find somewhere at silly o'clock. So I'm feeling bad for Daz now as we try and find somewhere very late. We mustn't do this again.
Famous last words, dear. Join us next time in this amazing air where we get to grips with the service station, Phoenix reaches new depths, and our broken boy heads out on the water once more. Until our next escape, thanks for watching.